He's 21. Brussels, a packed arena. His own teammate already beat him twice. Crowd expects the same story. Then, one clean kick to the nose. Fight over. Silence. Then chaos. That's Jean-Claude Van Damme. Not the movie version, the real one. So yeah, how lethal was Van Damme actually? Because here's the thing. Everyone remembers the splits, the slow motion kicks, the Hollywood glow. But before all that, he fought in a brutal, half-organized European circuit. No hype, no cameras, just contact. So was he just flashy, or was he genuinely dangerous? Alright, start at the beginning. Van Damme wasn't born looking like a fighter. By his own words, skinny, awkward, not athletic. His dad saw it early, signed him up for karate at 10. First day, clumsy, off balance, nothing special. But he had one thing that matters more than talent: obsession. He trained constantly, quietly, no shortcuts. By his teens, that obsession started to show. Black belt, national level training, competing early. But here's where it gets interesting. At 16, instead of just fighting more, he joined ballet. Yeah, ballet. Not for art, for control, balance, flexibility. And that decision changed everything. Because while other fighters got stronger, he got precise. Now step into competition. Late 70s. European karate and kickboxing scene. No big promotions, no safety nets. Sometimes you didn't even know the rules until you showed up. Weights mismatched, mats thin. Step out of bounds, you might hit wood or concrete. That's where Van Damme built his record. In semi-contact, he stacked wins. Dozens of them. But full contact is where things get real. 18 fights, 18 wins, 18 knockouts. Read that again, a 100% knockout rate. That's not flashy, that's dangerous. And here's the detail most people miss. He wasn't just knocking people out, he was finishing them clean. Fast kicks, high kicks, axe kicks, moves that look cinematic today. But he was landing them for real. Most fighters couldn't even attempt those techniques under pressure. He built his entire style around precision and speed, not brute force. And that made him unpredictable. But he wasn't invincible. Remember that teammate? The one who beat him twice? That mattered, because it forced him to adapt. He didn't just train harder, he trained smarter, studied timing, angles, patterns. Then came the rematch. One strike, fight over. That's not luck, that's adjustment. There's also one moment that says everything. A fight in the US. He gets caught early, left hook, drops him. Only time he ever hits the canvas. Now most fighters hesitate after that. He didn't. He gets up, reads the rhythm, finds the opening. Axe kick, knockout, under a minute. That's the difference between someone who can fight and someone who stays dangerous under pressure. So how lethal was he really? Not mythical, not unbeatable. But in his environment, very real. He fought in a chaotic, unforgiving circuit, took mismatched fights, finished opponents consistently, and more importantly, he adapted when things went wrong. That's what separates performers from fighters. Then he walked away, at 21. Not because he had to, but because he wanted something bigger. Hollywood. And that's where things got confusing. Because now people see the movies first, the splits, the choreography, the drama. And they assume that's where it started. It didn't. The truth is the opposite. He didn't learn to fight for movies. He learned to act after proving he could fight. So, yeah, Van Damme wasn't the most decorated fighter ever. He wasn't undefeated, but he was legitimate, explosive, precise, and built for finishing fights. In that era, in that circuit, he wasn't just good. He was dangerous enough that people stopped underestimating him, usually right after getting hit. And honestly, that's the version of him most people never say.